Central Texas is facing one of its worst floods in recent memory. Relentless storms have turned rivers into raging torrents, with the Blanco River swelling to record levels and tearing through communities. Homes and businesses have been destroyed, roads and bridges washed away, and entire neighborhoods left isolated. Over 10 inches of rain fell in less than a day, overwhelming drainage systems and catching residents off guard. Many awoke in the night with only moments to escape the rising waters. The devastation is widespread. Debris litters the landscape, and emergency crews are still assessing the damage. Power and communication lines are down, leaving thousands cut off. Families have been displaced, their homes and memories lost. The immediate focus is on survival, but the road to recovery will be long and difficult. The economic and emotional toll on these Texas communities will be felt for years. The human cost is staggering. At least 13 lives lost, families shattered, and communities in mourning. The search continues for 20 missing campers swept away by the Blanco River's sudden surge. Families wait anxiously for news, clinging to hope as rescue teams work around the clock. Emergency responders are combing debris in swollen riverbanks, facing treacherous conditions. Dramatic rescues have saved dozens, but the urgency grows with each passing hour. Survivors describe the chaos and terror as floodwaters rose without warning. The community's thoughts remain with those still missing, fueling the relentless search. Amid heartbreak, stories of heroism and survival emerge. The region is united in hope and determination. A massive rescue operation is underway, with state and local agencies deploying every resource. Texas National Guard helicopters and swiftwater rescue teams are searching for survivors by air and boat. Drones with thermal imaging scan areas too dangerous for crews, speeding up the search. Governor Abbott has declared a state of emergency, unlocking state and federal aid. FEMA is on the ground coordinating relief and preparing for long-term recovery. Emergency shelters in schools and churches offer food, water, and a safe place for displaced families. Volunteers and aid organizations provide supplies and emotional support. For many, these shelters are the first step toward rebuilding. The response is swift, but the scale of need is immense. Texas is mobilizing on every front to save lives and support survivors. The aftermath is devastating. Families wait for news, businesses are ruined, and livelihoods are at risk. Yet, the Texas spirit shines as volunteers organize donations and neighbors help clear debris. Local restaurants feed first responders and displaced families, showing resilience and unity. The weather remains a threat, with more rain forecast and rivers still swollen. Authorities urge vigilance and warn of further flash floods. The search for the missing continues, and the full extent of the tragedy is still unfolding. Recovery will be long, but the focus remains on saving lives and supporting those affected. Officials thank the public for their support and urge continued caution. In this crisis, the strength of the community and first responders offers hope. Texas stands together, determined to overcome.
State Representative Chip Roy is going to say a few words.
Thank you, Sheriff. I'll be brief. I'm here to show support for the community. My family comes here to Kerrville for 4th of July virtually every year. Come here for Robert Earl shows, and we were planning to be here for the show with Robert Earl and Beckman. These are the events that we're dealing with today, and trying to explain to a world that's watching this and asking questions what a flash flood looks like, where you have a 26 to 30 foot rise in the water in a matter of an hour, 4 to 6 a.m. on a holiday, and the people that are having to respond to that. I just got everybody to pause, take a breath for the recriminations and the Monday morning quarterbacking, because there's so many great people in this community that are responding and moving quickly. Lives lost, saving people, like camp directors, and I'm going to let other people name names and stuff. That's not my job here, but we know the stories of people that have been heroic in trying to make sure that the lives lost was at a minimum and trying to recover individuals. I got a call and an update this morning. My kid's school, there was one of their schoolmates was missing, and was one of the kids. She was on a mattress for 2 or 3 hours in the middle of the night, and she's united with her mom, and that's wonderful. And those are the kind of blessings that we should be celebrating, while we're also mourning the loss of life as we identify those that didn't make it and are now home with their Lord. So I just want to appreciate the first responders, the coordinated effort from the state, local, federal partnerships. Yesterday I was on the phone with the president, with the secretary. I expect we'll have some additional visitors today. I'll let other people talk about that, but I couldn't even get the conversation out with the secretary trying to explain to her what we were dealing with. That doesn't happen often for me, but it took me a while to collect myself to even be able to tell her what we were looking at. And they've been fantastic, made available immediately at the request. I talked to NIM about the need for help with the Army Corps, talked to the Secretary and their team, and they're immediate. It's been an extraordinary partnership. I think there's been 1,000 or so boots on the ground combined between state, local, and federal. I'll let them say the numbers, but obviously hundreds of people that have been rescued, 160 plus air rescues. I think that number's going up. Airlifting and taking in resources in some of these camps that were isolated. So let's focus on that. Let's focus on finding those who can be found, and then we can always assess what we need to do later going forward. But extremely proud of this community. Let's finish the job here over the next few days, support the local law enforcement and first responders, and pray for the families, particularly those who have lost loved ones. With that, I will turn it over to the mayor. Thanks, Joe.
I'm Mayor Joe Herring Jr., Mayor of Kerrville, Texas. I'm glad you're here, and I have a few comments to make. People need to know today will be a hard day. It will be a hard day. This is the message I want to share. The city of Kerrville is thankful. We have help from our city crews, from county personnel, from state agencies, and federal resources, including the Coast Guard.